Hi, I'm here to do the what did the groom say questions. And I'll just get started. Number one, what was y'all's first date like and where did we go? So, the first date that we had planned was I actually asked Lindsay to go on a date to Panera with me. And she said yes. And then less than a week later, she said, "Oh, I'm feeling sick and I can't go." And I don't think that was real. She swears that it was real. I don't think it was real, but then it wasn't until like months later that we actually went on our first date, which was what's it called? Not skiing, but you're on the ice skating. And the funny thing about that is I just had my appendectomy like a week before, and I 100% was not supposed to be ice skating, but I sure as hell was not going to let her go with another dude. So I made it, and I got on that ice, and I had a great time. That was my first time ice skating, which, yeah, that's a really stupid thing to do after you just had an appendectomy. I don't know why I did that. Another funny thing about that is when we were driving home, it was me, Lindsay, and then her friend Rachel and our friend Christian, and we started playing this game. And I'll bet Lindsay's panicking right now. She'll tell you if she wants. Number two, who made the first move when y'all started dating? Probably me. I mean, I think so. Yeah, it has to be me. Yeah. Number three, who said "I love you" first? That is also me, and I remember it because we were at her house, like watching TV, and just hanging out on the couch, cuddling or whatever. And she said something that just made me laugh. We were just being stupid. And then I said, "Ha ha ha! Like I love you." And then I realized what I said, and I was like, "Oh, hold on! Like I didn't mean it like that." And then like later on, I realized like, well, there's no other way to really mean that. Yeah. Number four, what is your favorite memory of the two of y'all? It's hard to say like a singular favorite memory. Like, I don't know, like I'm trying to think of a memory, but like instead of a memory, I think it's just like, everything, like a million tiny little perfect moments. Number five, what is the most romantic thing you've done for Lindsay? I really don't know. She'll have a better idea, I'm sure. I think it's pretty romantic to drive from Huntington to Lexington to Huntington every week for 2 years. I mean, that's pretty romantic, I gotta say. Number six, who usually wins when y'all have game night? Oh, me, without a doubt, mercilessly. I don't care. I'll slaughter anybody at games. I love games. I'm very good at games, all of them. Number seven, what is Lindsay's dream honeymoon? Place, things y'all do, etc. So originally she wanted to do, like beach, warm, chill, whatever. And I was like, great, let's do that. And that's what we have planned. But then, as she thought about it more, she's like, oh, well, we could do this, or that. And I don't think she has like a dream honeymoon. I could be wrong about that. And I hope I'm wrong about that. Or, I mean, I hope I'm not wrong about that, because then our honeymoon isn't the dream honeymoon. But my understanding is like the dream honeymoon is just like a good honeymoon, and we're going to have a good honeymoon. Number eight, what is one habit you've picked up from Lindsay, and what is one thing she's picked up from you? Well, one habit that I've picked up from Lindsay, I don't know, probably just like little sayings and mannerisms and stuff, I'd imagine. I don't know if I've picked up a habit. One thing that she's picked up from me though is like just like being funny. She's like way funnier than when we were first dating, and it's me. I've been training her. She's funny now though. She can say funny things. Number nine, what is y'all's most memorable trip together? I would say when we road tripped out to Colorado with Sarah, and we went to the Rocky Mountains, and we saw a man who was dying. That was pretty memorable. Number 10, if you had to describe the wedding in 3 words, what would they be? Most perfect matrimony, most big, big butt bride, beautiful, be- uh, most beautiful woman, wedding, a BBB. Hold on, I got lost here. Sorry, hold on. Oh, okay. Number 11. What is Lindsay's biggest pet peeve? Well, there's this one thing, and I've stopped doing it just because it drove her crazy. Is like if I'd go to Kroger and get stuff, sometimes, like if there's a bunch of cold stuff in a single bag, instead of like taking it out of the bag and putting it in the fridge, I would just put the whole bag in the fridge. And same with pantry. If there was like a bunch of not cold stuff, like instead of, I would, just like taking the Kroger bag and you just put it in the pantry and you know what's in that bag. But it's not a way to do anything. That's not how you do things. Not in this household. Number 12. What is Lindsay's favorite dinner? If we're talking just dinner in general, sushi. 100%. Has to be sushi. Or maybe Chinese. Takeout Chinese. That's also another one of her favorites. But if we're talking about dinner made here, I don't know. There's a lot of things that she likes. Like if we're talking meal that I know that she would eat on any given day, it's probably going to be butter noodles with chicken. Yeah. Number 13. Fuck, marry, kill, salsa, guacamole, and queso. For Lindsay, I think Lindsay will answer marry queso, kill guacamole, fuck salsa. And I'm the same. Number 14. What is Lindsay's guilty pleasure? I don't know. I don't think she has any guilty pleasures, really. We got into Love Island for a while. That would have been an easy answer, but we don't really watch that anymore. Guilty pleasures. She's been reading Bridgerton lately, but I don't think that's a guilty pleasure. I don't know. How many... But I have to have an answer. Okay. What is Lindsay's guilty pleasure? I don't know. Never mind. Number 15. How many kids does Lindsay want? Lindsay wants 4 kids. Names. We've talked a lot about names. We came up with Charles and Elizabeth a while ago. I don't know if those are still on the table or not. Lately, Lindsay's been talking about the name Warren. I want to get a feel of the room here. How do we feel about the name Warren? Number 16. What is one thing you do that annoys Lindsay the most? Besides like shopping bags in the pantry and fridge. No, I'm actually perfect. I don't think I annoy her in any way. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah. Maybe sometimes if like we're going up the stairs and she's going up in front of me and like, sometimes like my hand happens to strike her rear and sometimes she doesn't appreciate that. So maybe that. Number 17. What are 3 things Lindsay would bring on a deserted island? Lindsay would bring Finn. Lindsay would bring a toy for Finn. And Lindsay would bring a dog bed for Finn. I would bring TV, a popcorn machine with infinite popcorn, and a hammock. Number 18. Who is the better cook between you two? I don't know. I think me, but also at the same time, I think Lindsay's a lot better at cooking than she gives herself credit for. And sometimes I think it might be intentional because she just wants me to cook, which I'm fine with. I like cooking. Number 19. What household chore does Lindsay hate the most? Probably cleaning the kitchen and or just touching dirty dishes that have like food on them. She doesn't like that. Number 20. What are your pet names for Lindsay and what does she call me? I don't know. I call her Boo Bear, Honey Buns, Sugar Booger. I don't really say Sugar Booger, but I should. Boo Bear, Honey Buns, Love Bug. I like Love Bug. That's a good one. I don't know. What does she call me? Like Michael, Mike, Sweetie. She calls me Sweetie. Love. We call each other Love a lot. Um, Yeah. Number 21, who is the better driver? Me, with one major caveat. I'm definitely the better driver, but this just this one thing. Lindsay, she is a savant at parallel parking, and it doesn't make sense like how good she is at it is. Like, she has that big ass old F-150, super high, super wide, like really hard to tell where your sides are. No rear view, and you're so far above like a sedan that like your rear view mirror doesn't even help you that much. Doesn't matter. It could be like a space that she barely fits in, but if she can fit in that space parallel parking, I don't. She's really good at it. Yeah. Other than that, though, like me, hands down. Number 22, who would play y'all in a movie? Ooh, Ashton Kutcher, obviously, and uh, uh, Lindsay would be Yvonne Strahovski from Chuck, and then I would actually be Zachary Levi from Chuck, and we would just be in Chuck. Actually, Chuck, the TV show Chuck, it's about us. That's a secret. I'm a spy. I'm a spy. Number 23. What is the first thing Lindsay does in the morning? Peace, feeds Finn, takes Finn out, something like that. Maybe not in that order, but like those three things for sure. Number 24. What is Lindsay's most embarrassing / funny moment since y'all have been together, and what is mine? Okay. One thing that sticks out in my memory is we just went on a super long hike, and we were coming home in the car, and we had summer sausage. And she was just gnawing on the summer sausage. And she's like, Michael, the casing on the sausage is so tough. It was plastic. It was the plastic. She didn't take the plastic off of the summer sausage. She was eating the summer sausage with the plastic, and she had eaten a good amount of plastic by the time she said anything about it being tough. Like, she'd eaten a good amount of plastic before she said anything. And I said, Lindsay, that's plastic. You have to peel that part off. And I called her a hungry bear for a while after that, until I learned that hurt her feelings, and then I stopped calling her a hungry bear. But if I bring up the story, I have to call her a hungry bear because she's a hungry bear. Because only a bear would do that. She might be a bear pretending to be a human. Because I don't think a human can eat plastic and think, well, that's all right. I think only a bear can do that, a hungry bear. What is my most embarrassing moment? Oh gosh. Okay. I need to think for a second. My most embarrassing. I don't know. I feel like there's never anything like majorly embarrassing. It's more like death by 1,000 paper cuts. Just like constant social missteps and blunders, whose sum is greater than that of the parts. Most embarrassing moment. I have a good one. Okay. One time, this was when I was like first going to Marshall and like making the drive between Lexington and West Virginia, which I made plenty of times, but normally I made the drive like from my house, and I got on 64 in a certain place. Anyways, I was downtown. I put in Google Maps, 529 South Mill Street, hit go. It said like 2 hours. That sounded right. I start driving. It's taking me into Ohio. I think, okay, that's weird. Like maybe from downtown, there's like, you go from Ohio through Ironton or something. I don't know. I didn't know what was going on. An hour into the drive, I was like, okay, no, I'm going into Ohio. Something's wrong. And I checked my maps, and it's taking me to 529 South Mill Street, like bumfuck nowhere, Ohio. Yeah, that sucked. Like, looking back, I don't know how you can drive an hour into Ohio without questioning, like, okay, no, you can't, no. Yeah, no, that was really fucking dumb of me. Number 25. What item of clothing in your wardrobe does Lindsay dislike the most? I don't know. It might be my super patterned bright shirt that I got with the other dudes. I don't know if she hates that necessarily. She would hate it if I wore it ever not as a bit, but I don't think she hates that shirt necessarily. I don't know. I don't think there's anything in my wardrobe that she doesn't really like. I remember when I got these glasses. Well, first she hates these glasses because they're broken, and she wants me to go to the eye doctor and get new glasses. But I don't think that counts. But when I first got these glasses, she did not like them, and she wanted me to get a different pair. But hopefully they've grown on her a bit. I feel like these are my default glasses. I'm thinking about getting contacts. I don't know. It just seems wrong now because I've been wearing glasses for so long. Maybe I change up the glasses. Maybe I get something new. I have no idea. And it looks like that is the end of the list. So goodbye, farewell.